It is literally a dream come true.
Just casually the Temple of Poseidon.
It just speaks for itself.
It just keeps on giving.
Just living our best life.
We should have known better than to engage in the first place.
No view has actually brought me to tears, but this one has, so. Wow, it has been a long travel day. So we paid extra for this. It's cool, but it's not cool enough for 30 euros. Like, I was expecting like the table and stuff to be out here, but hey, we're in Greece.
It's not luxurious, but then again, few things on this trip have been, and we understood that going in, so it's a bed to sleep in tonight. Not much of a view, who cares? We'll go find the view tomorrow. I'm just so tired, so I think we're just gonna relax for a bit. We'll show you anything interesting that happens tonight. Otherwise, you know, obviously as these things go, this isn't a very interesting camera shot. 1 second. As you guys know by now, it's really that first full day that we get out there and do the true exploring. And I don't even know how much energy I have in me to do a lot of exploring tonight anyway. I just want to get some food, recharge, rest up. We'll make a day of it tomorrow because there are two really big things that we've booked. I'm sure if you know anything about Athens, you can guess what the two things are, or at least one of them. But we're going to yeah, I just zoned out. I completely forgot what I was saying. I'll try this whole talking thing at another time. Not since Portugal have we had a day so beautiful, so warm, and humid as well. No coats are gonna be needed here. How does it feel to be sweating just from standing outside?
My little sweater is already off, but it feels so good. Oh my gosh. It literally feels like summertime. Like, this is a normal day for summer in Kearney, Nebraska, where we lived for, 3 years. So it feels good.
And in a few days we will be, probably back in winter
weather. We're gonna enjoy it while we can. Look at this view.
Oh, look at that.
Are people? So we'll go up there?
Maybe we can go. I hope we can go up there. Yeah, I'm wearing this because yesterday was a bit chilly, and I thought, okay, it's probably going to be right in that sweet spot of just a moderate chill, where something like this will take the edge off. But no, this is, you said it best. Like, this is a summer day.
Yeah.
In the Midwest, in the U.S. This is insane. And just oh my, like, stuff we have on either side of us right now. I know that there's probably some recency bias, but I mean, we've seen Edinburgh from the top of Calton Hill. We've seen Paris from the top of the Eiffel Tower. We've seen the Swiss Alps and Bern, Switzerland from the top of Girton Hill. We've seen I think it was Florence, right? From up high. Berlin from the top of the TV tower. This is, I think, truly my favorite view because, well, one, it feels otherworldly, right? It doesn't just feel like you're seeing a city sprawling up. The mountains in the distance there that are just visible, it feels like it goes on forever. I mean, it literally feels like we are on top of like Olympus or something, and this is just some magical god territory, right? There's hills with ruins and things. Look how compact the city is too, right? And it's pretty uniform in color, so it just looks like this. It still feels, you know, if it were like pinks and greens and things, then it wouldn't feel maybe as old, but because, you know,
it's all white.
A lot of the structures and things then would have been like white stone, I'm assuming. Yeah, it's still just, you can just trick yourself into believing that you are seeing, you know, just a slightly more modern ancient Greece. And and then all you do is just look in that direction. You're like, oh no, you don't even have to trick yourself into the whole modern thing.
It's breathtaking.
It's breathtaking. It is absolutely breathtaking. So I said it in Edinburgh, and I'll say it again. What is our life right now? I mean, we are literally out in the best weather I've ever experienced in mid-January at some of the oldest sites, well, the oldest sites I've ever stood in.
I'm literally getting emotional.
Yeah, Greece was like has always been one of your top places to visit.
Ireland for my heritage, and then Greece just like out of like just interest and stuff, but we only have 2 weeks left on this trip.
Yeah.
This is like one of the end. This is as far this, like everything after that is us heading home. But I'm not sad, I'm not crying because of that. It's just because like I cannot believe that we're here.
Yeah.
It is literally a dream come true. No view has actually brought me to tears, but this one has, so.
This is a view.
I can't even. Okay. I just want to say I've loved every country we've been in. This is by far the most taken back I've ever been seeing anything. Like, truly.
Well, it's so hard to describe because it's one of those, not ethereal, but it's one of those difficult things that unless you're here, it's very much a feeling. And the feeling that we're getting here, at least that I'm getting here, is that there's some extra dimension, there's some extra layer because of how ancient everything is. I don't know, like there's just, we use the word vibe a lot, right? I don't know if that sounds like very like modern.
Gen Z.
Yeah, Gen Z. But no, there is just a vibe in certain places, and this is giving a vibe that I can't explain, I can't articulate, But if you're here, I feel like anybody who stands where we're standing right now and sees this city laid out from this height with this behind them, I mean, especially if you came, like if you are from where we're from, right? And you aren't used to ancient history being in your backyard.
Or views like this.
Yeah, or views like this. It just means that much more. And I'm so, so glad that we're not jaded to any of this, right? Because we've seen the Colosseum. We've seen, we've seen castles, we've seen like dozens of cathedrals, the Sistine Chapel, the Eiffel Tower, Big Ben / Elizabeth Tower, Tower of London. And always I wonder, like, is the new place still gonna feel magical? Is there gonna be like this awe feeling? Or have we, not that we've seen it all, but are we going to feel like we've seen it all? Well, I can confidently say like we have not seen it all. And I don't even know what else to say.
We're happy to be here.
Oh my God, we're so happy to be here. Yeah. Little hills and pieces of mountain just dotting the landscape as well. So it's not even like there's city and then mountains, you're just getting
Something that we want to mention is that this place right here, Acropolis, and how they've set it all up is like a tourist visitor place. It's really, really special because it's not all the frills, there's not, all these like pictures and stuff put up. It just speaks for itself. It definitely feels like it has been preserved to truly what it was back then. And it's just amazing, It makes the experience that much better. Like we're literally just exploring this ancient land without
like a gift shop right there.
Yeah, without a gift shop. Also, too, I just now thought of this. There aren't people haggling you every 5 seconds to buy a bracelet or to con you out of something. Like, literally, it's just all people embracing this beautiful experience.
The beauty of this is that I'm not a very good cameraman, but it kind of doesn't matter here because I could just, no matter what the camera is seeing, it looks gorgeous.
We could be shooting this on a Razr flip phone and it would look beautiful.
Yeah. Thankfully that's not the case though. Are you friends with that other cat over there?
Hey, you. What are you doing?
He just jumped out of the bushes where he was hiding.
Hello, baby. Do you need a home? Do you want to go back to America?
No, I think he's much more happy here. I'm going to name you Dio.
Yeah.
After Dionysus or Dionysus, however it is pronounced. But you are now Dio, okay? And we will always, where'd you go?
We love you. Goodbye.
We will always remember.
Oh, we love you. Yes, we do.
Okay, bye Dio.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
A few moments later.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Excuse my baby talk. It's embarrassing, but you have to when you're talking to something like that, right? Okay.
Okay, now bye.
You don't want to come back with us. I promise you.
You go rest up there. Bye, Dio.
A few moments later.
Bye, you.
I know, we should have known better than to engage in the first place because it just made him warm up to us. But what can you do? Luckily, he found a new group of people. So he's just super affectionate, and we will always have a little piece of Dio in our heart. And wow, just what a view. What a view, what a city, what a day this has been so far. But of course, we never want to paint any city as perfect. I mean, you have, examples of poverty everywhere. And obviously, like the neighborhood we're staying in, you saw when we were walking there yesterday, it's not a looker. It's not
Super pleasant.
yeah, it's not super pleasant at all. So, when we're coming to, obviously we're in these touristy areas, seeing these amazing things. So please never take it as we're saying that across the board a city is amazing. We know there are parts of every city that are great, and there are parts of every city that are run down. But, we're just speaking to our experience as tourists. So that just always remember that that's the lens through which we're judging all of these places. It's just us coming here for a few days and experiencing the big things that we're meant to experience, right? All right, what are you feeling?
I'm definitely going to get a glass of red wine and pasta and enjoy this dream that I am currently living.
Of course, this is all beautiful, and then you just look through and you just have the mountain right in the background.
So we are here at the Panathenaic, Stadium, and according to online, it is a multi-purpose stadium, and it is the only stadium in the world built entirely out of marble. Now, after being refurbished, it hosted the opening and closing ceremonies of the first modern Olympics, which happened in 1896. That is so cool.
And another thing that's really cool about it is it's just on the way. We just saw it as we're walking towards something else. That's what we really love. We love walking around a city, and we're not planning on seeing something. We don't even know that something is there necessarily, but we see like the big Olympic logo, and we're like, oh, what is that? And then you get a little bit closer, and you're like, oh, it's this really cool stadium that looks old. What is that? So you get even closer, and then you see, oh, it's made entirely out of marble. And then you look it up and you see the history of it. But what's even more amazing is I'm just standing in this spot. This is impressive enough. And then I look over here, right? And then you get the
Oh my gosh, there it is.
there's the Acropolis there. And then you look over here and you see another little mountaintop or something on top of it. So Athens, like many cities on this trip, Athens is one of those cities where it just keeps on giving, right? It's like Prague, where you turn a corner, oh, there's some other amazing thing. Or like Paris, right? You keep walking further along, here's this other really historic, really cool thing. I'm sure the wind, it might be kind of hard to hear me, I'm sorry. But all of this stuff is incredible to us. And it's gonna be really sad to leave it. I think we've definitely said that multiple times today, but let's keep going before we get all sad.
How are these cats getting all these free passes into all of these like tourist sites? I don't get it. Like, where are they showing that they've paid?
So after several more hours of walking around, we stumbled upon the Parliament building. We weren't looking for it, but we just happened to find it. One thing I want to say is it's a lot larger than it appears in the video, and we saw something that we weren't expecting to see, but it was very interesting. I mean, we saw a changing of the guard in London, although I don't think we put much of it in the video. We won't show the whole thing here, but we'll just show the beginning of it, because we got to see a full changing of the guard here in Athens as well. Okay, so two things. One, just again, casually up there. Two, I think these personally are my favorite, it's just personal preference, but my favorite kind of churches. The ones that, of course, they're beautiful when you get inside. There's plenty of detail, there's plenty of mural work and intricate designs and pillars and all those kinds of things, but they're fairly small, right? So we've been in like amazing, just massive cathedrals, several stories high, and sometimes you just sort of get lost in them. Like there's so much and everything is gilded and it just keeps going on and on and on, and you just try to take it all in at once, and it becomes a bit, I don't know, maybe muddled to the eyes. Whereas you go in ones like this and you see it all in one as you come in, and then you sort of go off and explore the finer details, but it's not like overly designed. That's just a personal preference for me. I like the simple but still very well designed and beautiful churches. Not overly simple, but that was a perfect example of the kind of church that I really like.
We are at the ancient Agora.
And it is ancient. It does live up to its name. True. Are you excited?
I am excited. I also have to say it's kind of crazy. Like it felt like we were super high up, but we like walked the whole way. Didn't feel like that climb going all the way up there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm glad that this is more or less untouched by any sort of construction at the moment, because you really get that full effect, you know. You could just see the, you know, the imperfections. There's certain parts of it that you think, okay, that doesn't seem sturdy, and yet it's endured how long? You know, I'm sure that some modern construction techniques have been done to help preserve it, but the fact that it seems to be more or less as it was. Say hi.
Hello. Again, just living our best life, the dream. Tomorrow, we have something so exciting that we can't wait to show you. But you'll have to see that next week.
Fortunately, you don't have to wait a full week to see it because this is just one video. When we were filming this, we had no idea how we were going to break any of this up. But anyway, getting back to this night, we did some walking around the sort of downtown area where a lot of shops were, did some shopping, got some dinner, and then our first full day in Athens was over, and we made our way back to the hotel to rest up for an exciting second day.
So today is our second and our last day here in Athens, and we have a really exciting day planned because it is our first guided tour outside of the city since we were in Ireland, and we cannot wait. Now this one is a bit different because it's a 4-hour tour instead of like an 8-hour tour like we did last time. And we are meeting the tour guide. They're picking us up here at this hotel. So we're gonna take advantage of this beautiful hotel with this rooftop view.
We should specify this is not our hotel.
This is not our hotel, but it was only 10 minutes away from where we're staying. So we're going to take in the views, eat some good food, and then go on this adventure. I forgot to mention, obviously, we're going to be seeing the Temple of Poseidon and Cape, what is it called?
Sounion.
Cape Sounion. Incredible views, and we're going to make the most out of our last day in what's now one of our favorite places we've ever been. I can confirm these are real. What a happy life they live. Literally the luckiest plants in the world. Look, I'm a Hufflepuff. So I can like...
Oh, it's been a while since we've had a cheeky Harry Potter reference.
I know. Usually Brian's the one who brings them up, but I had to.
My apologies, but we're probably going to have a few more Harry Potter references coming up in future videos because we're returning to a very Harry Potter-esque place. But not today. Today is very much not Harry Potter-esque. It's this view is just incredible. The mountains in the distance, you just catch them at moments like this, and they almost don't seem real because they're sort of, well, I don't know, they're sort of obscured slightly in the distance, right?
It's like they have like a fog layer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's like you're playing like a game where there's fog around your area, and you have to keep like unlocking further on the map and stuff. Strange references here. I'm sure you guys.
If it's not a Harry Potter reference, it's a narrative video game reference.
Well, anyway, I'm sure you guys want to see the Temple of Poseidon and Cape Sounion, so how about we go there? So unfortunately, we were the first ones to get picked up for the tour, which meant there was about 90 minutes of riding around Athens while everyone else was picked up. And that was a bit of a problem because even though the scenery was beautiful out the window, Lauren and I both get pretty motion sick, so there was definitely at least one of us who missed most of this hour-long ride. But nevertheless, as I said, everything that there was to look at was gorgeous. And even though our tour guide, I don't want to sound mean, but she was pretty monotone and just kind of rattled off facts the whole way, when we actually got to the site, the scenery more than made up for the lackluster trip there. And in fact, we couldn't have predicted just how incredible this location was going to be. It's hard to tell which is more impressive, that or all of this.
Okay, it's time to get pictures.
Yes, it's picture time. I mean, there's very little that I can say. There's very little that can be said other than wow, oh my God, and wow again. As if this place wasn't amazing enough, it also gave us an opportunity to add to the Lauren photography counter. We're now up to 12. Can't believe it, feels like just yesterday when we started it. But anyway, let's get back to the beauty, shall we? Another quick thing to mention as well is just like at Acropolis, it's not an overabundance of tourists, and it's just this big open area free for you to go around and explore.
And not be like fighting from like this getting through people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just walk around and see it from all sides.
Yeah, it's
And
peaceful.
yeah,
It is beautiful.
this might be, I mean, I think probably safe in saying this is the most peaceful location of anywhere else on this trip. Could I be wrong? I mean,
No,
it's just
I
ocean
agree.
surrounding us, and maybe 10 people total occupying this big hill. It's nice too that this is the final brand new country. There is one more new city that we have not yet explored back in the UK. We'll be seeing that in 5-6 days, something like that. But this is the last new country. So I'm so glad that, you know, the trip didn't peak early, that we saw all the beautiful stuff sort of up front or in the middle. Well, I mean, granted, it was just a few weeks ago we were in Switzerland seeing the Alps, so that was toward the end of the trip as well. Basically what I'm trying to say is I'm glad that we were able to find such beauty at the tail end of the trip. This is the most bizarre thing, to be back in a place after several months.
This is a place where the royal family comes.
Yes, definitely a travel day.